guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are going to be doing a highlighter declutter. I am so excited, but before we jump in, since this is my first declutter series or declutter video in my series for 2019, I thought I would do just a very quick intro to this. All of the declutters that I do for the rest of this year, I won't have an intro on, but I just wanted to give you guys some of my thoughts and plans before I start this round of declutters. But if you're excited to see my highlighter declutter, stay tuned. Before we get into that, a couple of things that business that I have to take care of before we start the declutter series. First of all, the main question that I get every single time I do a declutter, and that is, what am I doing with the makeup that I am purging? So most of the makeup that I purge is going to be passed on to friends or family. Sometimes if I have an item that I feel comfortable sanitizing, I might try to sell it. I don't know if I'm going to do a blog sale this year or not. It really depends on how much I end up decluttering, and I don't think I'm going to declutter as much this year as I did last year because I did do such a big declutter last year. I have less to declutter now. But of course, if I decide in the future to do a blog sale, I will let you guys know. And yeah, in the past when I have done blog sales, it's usually just for powder products because they're easy to sanitize. And then of course, it's only products that I purchase with my own money. So nothing that I received as a gift or in PR or, you know, when I worked at Sephora for gratis or anything like that. Only things that I purchased. So it's just a way for me to recoup a little bit of the money that I invested in the product. But yeah, I think this year most of what I declutter is going to go either to friends or family or in the trash if it's not something I can sanitize, or if it's something that is expired, it will be going in the trash. So yes, that is what I'm doing with makeup. I don't send it to subscribers, so I get that a lot. I get so many comments from people wanting me to send them the products, and I just don't feel comfortable doing that. But as you guys know, I do so many giveaways here on my channel. I actually have one live right now, so if you're interested in having some products sent to you from me, I'll link that video above so you can go ahead and enter that giveaway. And I do these giveaways quite frequently, so that's my way of giving back to you guys, so I hope that makes sense. And then the other thing that I wanted to kind of speak about was my intentions for this round of declutter. So as I've already said, I do these declutters once a year, and I go through every single category of makeup in my collection. And last year was a pretty brutal round of declutters because my collection had gotten to the point where I had refined it and got all of the things that I didn't really love out of there, but there was still just an excessive amount of stuff. And it was all things that I loved and liked, you know, things that I really enjoyed using. However, it was just more than I knew I could get through. So I did do a pretty aggressive round of declutters last year. So I feel like my collection, although still big, is a lot more manageable. It's easier to rotate through when I do my shop my stash videos and all of that. But there are definitely things that I've acquired over the last year that I don't absolutely love. So those are the things that we're going to try to weed out in this round of declutters, as well as things that maybe I did love at one point and just have fallen out of love with. So things that just don't spark joy, as KonMari would say, or as Marie Kondo, I guess, as she would say. These are the items that just don't spark joy for me anymore. So those are the things that I want to try to work out of my collection. It is not going to be as brutal as last year's, so don't expect crazy numbers. I'm not trying to get rid of half of my collection like I have in the past. Some categories I'll probably do better than others as far as the numbers of things that I declutter, just because some of the categories are larger than others. But yeah, that's what we're doing today, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. No more talking, let's jump in. All right, so I laid out all of my highlighters, and we are gonna start this declutter. Alright, I did do a makeup inventory already, so I am starting with a total of 45 highlighters here, which is an excessive amount. So we are hopefully going to get this pared down a bit today. Let's start with this little pile over here that's kind of separate. These These are what was in my everyday makeup drawer. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. All right, we're gonna start with these 4 products. So this one is actually in my project for 2019. I am trying to use this up this year. It is the Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold prism cream. It's kind of like an all-purpose highlighting liquid product. I really like this product. I'm definitely going to keep it because I'm going to try to use it this year. But you can use this for face or body for like highlighting. It's also a firming cream, so it's supposed to help with firming and lifting the skin. You can use it as a targeted highlight or mix it in with something. It's a really nice product. So I am keeping that for sure. All right, and then these 3 were in my everyday makeup drawer. The first one is from Physicians Formula. This is the Pearl Highlight, and it's really beautiful packaging. I think the packaging is nice. The product itself is not my favorite formula. I think it's okay. It's actually pretty decent for a drugstore highlighter, but it does remind me of the texture of the ColourPop ones, and it's just not my favorite formula for a highlighter. So I think I am going to go ahead and let go of this guy. I had pulled it into my everyday makeup drawer so I could test it a little bit more on my cheeks and see if I wanted to keep it, and I decided I just don't like it that much, so I'm going to go ahead and let go of that. All right, the next highlighter is from Milk Makeup. This is actually really new to my collection. It's the holographic highlighting powder. I actually got this off of hautelook very recently. I've used it a few times. I'm actually wearing it today. It is a really pretty kind of a peachy pink color. It's very subtle, so I think it's nice. I definitely want to get some more time using this because I haven't owned it for very long, so I will be keeping that. All right, and then the last one that was in my everyday makeup drawer is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Pearl. And I'm sure you noticed I have a lot of the Shimmering Skin Perfectors from Becca. I think I have almost every shade that would work for my skin tone. I think they're a really nice formula. This color is really great on my skin in the winter time. It's a very, very light highlighter. So if you have fair skin, this is something you definitely want to give a try. It's probably going to be a little too light for me in the spring and summer, but it definitely works on me, you know, this time of year. So I do like that, and I will be keeping that guy. Okay, so I guess we're going to start with the Becca ones back here. So I have 2 of these ones from Becca. These are called the Light Chaser. So these ones are supposed to like shift color. So this one is Pearl Flashes Gold, and I think it's a really nice highlighter. I really do like this color. Let me see. This shirt doesn't want to bend very good. I don't know. It reminds me a lot of NARS Albatross, so I feel like I just want to swatch them side by side. They're very similar. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're very, very similar actually, but I think I like the NARS one better because it's a little lighter on my skin tone. This one has more of a kind of a, almost a greenish shift to it, a very subtle greenish shift. But I feel like the NARS one is one that I could wear a little bit better. Highlighters are so hard to, swatches are so hard to see on camera, so I don't know if you guys can see that. But when I swatch them side by side, they're very close. But this one's just a little darker and almost a little green, so I think I'll keep the NARS and I'll declutter this one. All right, and then the other one of these Light Chaser ones that I have is Champagne Dream Flashes Bellini, and I actually really like this one. This is very similar in color to the Milk Makeup one that I showed you, but it's a lot more intense. The Milk Makeup one is very subtle. This color is very similar to that Milk one, but being a little bit more intense, and I really enjoy this, so I will be keeping that one. All right, moving on to the normal Shimmering Skin Perfectors from Becca. I have 3 of the limited edition ones, so let's go through those first. This one here is the Lilac Geode. I've run out of swatching space real fast. This one has more of a pink shift to it and less peach. It's similar to the last one, but more pink, and I actually really like that color a lot. It is very different. I mean, it's different enough that I feel like I could keep both. I don't think you guys are going to see my swatches at all. By the way, my hand is like extra dry right now, so these highlighters don't look great on my swatches, but probably can't see it anyway. Next is Prismatic Amethyst. Oh, I'm keeping that one, by the way. This one is pretty. Let's swatch this. This one's really pretty, but I just never use this one. I think it's just a little too pink. It's almost like a frosty pink on me. And I don't know, I never reach for it. I never feel like that's a color I want to wear, so I will go ahead and let go of that one. All right, next up I have this one, which is Rose Quartz. I love Rose Quartz. This one is really pretty, a lot more peach. kind of a peachy gold. Oh, yes, I love this one. Like a rose gold. It's just gorgeous. So that one I will be keeping, and I do use that one quite often. All right, and then we have 3 of the regular ones. This one is Champagne Pop, which I do love. I'm not going to swatch it because I know I really like that one. It's like a peachy champagne color. And then we also have the Moonstone here. This one is probably my favorite of all of them. I think it's the best on my skin tone year round. It's very beautiful, and that I will definitely be keeping. And the last one I have is Opal, and I really like this one as well. It's just a little darker version of Moonstone. Do I need both? Probably not, but I really do like Opal, so I will be keeping that. Okay, got through the Becca ones. I feel good. I did get rid of 2 Becca ones. I didn't think I was going to get rid of any, so I feel good about that. All right, let's keep on going. So next I have the Marc Jacobs Dewdrops. This is the only other liquid highlighter that I have besides the Peter Thomas Roth one that I showed you guys. Honestly, they're very similar. Honestly, I don't use a lot of liquid highlighter, but I really love both of these. So I do want to keep them both, even though, I mean, they kind of basically look the same on the skin. I don't know. I feel like I want to try to get through this one this year, and then that would be my only liquid one, but I feel okay about having 2 liquid highlighters. I don't think that's too much. I just got a brief overwhelmment looking at all of these beautiful highlighters because all of a sudden I thought I don't want to get rid of anything I see in front of me. Let's keep going. So next I have this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. This is very old, old packaging and everything. This highlighter is just one of my all-time favorite highlighters. If I were to ever hit pan on something, it would probably be this one. There is a pretty good dip in the center there. I use it a lot. I've owned it a long time. When I eventually do get rid of this, it'll have to go in the garbage, or it'll actually go back to MAC. But I'm not ready to do that yet. I still enjoy it and I still use it, so I will be keeping that one. And then this one is the Beaming Blush Extra Dimension Highlight. I had a couple of these. These are so nice. I really like the formula on these. I don't know why more people don't talk about them. Color-wise, it is kind of similar to a couple other things that I have, but I really like it. I think I want to go ahead and keep that. Oof, this is going to be a little rough, you guys. This is going to be a little rough. Okay, next I have this Galactic Beauty Highlighter. This is the Face Glow in the shade Goldie. This is a nice highlighter. It is really nice. And for Drugstore, like, this is really a good highlighter. I don't want to get rid of anything. Do you guys ever try to declutter and then you hit a stopping point where you're like, I did good at first and now I'm just like nothing else? You know, I think this is so pretty. I really enjoy it, but I just don't reach for it enough. There's other highlighters that I own that are almost exactly that same color that I would reach for before I would reach for this one, even though it's really good. So I just think it's time to go ahead and pass this on to someone who's going to use it more than I will. Okay, that was a tough decision, but all right, let's keep on going. So I have a couple like deluxe sample sizes of products. This one here. So this one is from Josie Moran. This is the Argan Enlightenment highlighter. I've talked about this quite a few times. I actually had a full size of it, which I had gave away. Since I had a full size and a mini, I just decided to keep just the mini. I do like it. It's a very subtle highlight, but very, very nice. So on the days that I like a more subtle highlight, this is kind of my go-to. So I will be keeping that. And then next I have this Hourglass one. This is the Ambient Strobe Powder in Incandescent Light. This is nice, but it's nothing special in my opinion, so I'm going to go ahead and let go of it. All right, another deluxe sample size. This one is from Laura Mercier, and this is the translucent setting, or the translucent powder, glow powder. I don't remember what they call it. I had just had this in my last rotation. This is really nice. I actually like it quite a bit, so I will be keeping that. I feel like that's something I could easily like see myself traveling with, or definitely could use that up. Maybe I'll throw it in a project at one point to use it up, so I like that. I will be keeping that. All right, let's keep going. So next I have the Mary Luminizer from The Balm. This is such a classic, cult classic highlighter. I love this one. This was one of my first high-end highlighters. Again, just like the one from MAC, this is something I've had for a long time. When I do get rid of this, it will have to go in the trash, and I'm not ready to do that yet, so I will be keeping that. Then I have the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder in the shade Candlelight. This is so beautiful. This is a really beautiful highlighter. It's a subtle highlighter, but it's got like this really nice champagne color to it, and it's subtle, but you can see it. You know, it does still show up really nicely. I'm not ready to let go of this one yet. I am going to be keeping that. Another no-brainer, I'm definitely not going to be able to let go of this. I think I actually mentioned this in a video I had done that was makeup products I will never get rid of, and I think this is one I mentioned. I think that even when the product expires, this is something that I would like to keep just for packaging. I just think it's beautiful, and then the actual highlighter itself is also very stunning. So and I like the formula, so it's just a really great product. It definitely is just such a beautiful product. I don't see myself being able to let go of that one. Okay, next I have the Too Faced Candlelight Glow. This is in the shade Warm Glow. I used to have the pink one too, but I like this one. It's a really nice highlighter. You can concentrate your brush on one side or the other, or swirl it together, and both shades I like very much, so this is something I'd like to keep. All right, next we have this guy here. This is from Stila. This is called the Set and Illuminate Baked Powder Trio, and it's one of those with the little sifter. I actually went through a full size of this product, believe it or not. So yes, I have gone through a highlighter. I went through a full size of this. I had it in a project several years ago, and then I ended up repurchasing it because I loved it so much, and I do still need to get through this product. I don't think I've used a ton of it, but I do really love it, so I don't think I could let go of that one. I loved it enough to use the full one up. Next I have the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter in Mean Money and Hustla Baby, and this is technically this is a duo, so maybe I should have put this in the, yeah, I have duos in here. It's more by size what I put in the category of palette or individual highlighter, but anyway, this has a more intense highlighter on this side and a subtle highlight on this side. The reason I've kept this, even though it's very similar in color and formula to some of my other highlighters, I have actually hung on to this because I like traveling with it, because I get the option of either a subtle or intense highlighter in one, and it doesn't take up a lot of space traveling, so I actually do want to keep this. I know that I will continue to use that product. All right, next I have the Bobbi Brown Nude Finish Illuminating Powder. This is a nice powder, but I just never reach for it. It's almost like a cross between a setting powder and a highlighting powder, but it's not enough highlight for my taste, but it's also too subtle, or it's also a little too shimmery to set. So it's just one of those in between that just doesn't work quite right on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that. All right, let's go ahead and start the next row. Next I have the Anastasia Amrezi highlighter. This actually my mom gifted to me, and I do have some sentimental attachment to it, but it's also a gorgeous golden highlight, and I don't have a lot of that kind of yellowy gold, so I do want to hang on to that one. I also have the Ofra highlighter in Pillow Talk. This is fairly new to my collection. I really do like this color. It's a very kind of a light champagne-y pink color, really pretty. I don't have a lot in that kind of color family, so I will be keeping that one. And then the other Ofra one I have is the shade Blissful. This one is really nice, but I actually have a lot in this color, so I think even though it's a really beautiful formula, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let go of that one now. And then I have my Lancome one. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. This is the Dual Finish Highlighter in Sparkling Pêche. I'm definitely keeping this. It's one of my absolute favorite formulas, and this color is gorgeous, so that will be staying in my collection. And then next I have a Urban Decay highlighter. This is in the shade Sin. This is okay. I just find it a little bit, the formula, it's a little bit scratchy. It does not apply smoothly to the skin, so I just never reach for it, just never ever. But the color is beautiful, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this on, and hopefully someone else will love it more than I did. All right, these two are kind of a no-brainer for me. These are the Pixi by Petra highlighter duos. I have this shade here, which is the Delicate 2, and I have the Subtle Sunrise. I love all four of these highlighters. You get two in each one. I think that the formula is fantastic. The colors are really nice. They're very intense highlighters, but I think they're gorgeous, and I will be keeping all of those. Okay, oh, both of these ColourPop highlighters. I have two ColourPop highlighters left in my collection. These are the Super Shock ones. I have the shade Over the Moon and Flexitarian. I really love Flexitarian for the inner corner part of my eye, but I just don't use it enough to keep it just for that. I just find myself wanting to use something out of my eyeshadow palette instead of reaching for this individual, so it just doesn't get used as much as it should. I mean, it's really beautiful. It gives you that kind of almost like sheer wet look. It's so pretty. Very intense, but it's kind of sheer at the same time. hard to explain. It's like when it catches the light, it just looks like wet. It's a gorgeous highlighter, but the formula of these just throws me off. I just never want to reach for them. So for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter both of these. All right, and now we're down to, and then I have two of the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl. This one is Diamond Dust and this is Peach Glow. I just bought both of these on Black Friday when they had the sale at Ulta. I really love the formula of these and I like both of these shades, so I'm not quite ready to let go of either of those. All right, and then we have some drugstore stuff left here. I have two of the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. The formula on these is fantastic. I really do like the formula. This shade here is called Molten Rose Gold. This one, I love the color. I think it's stunning. I do wear it quite often, so I will be keeping that one. And then this one is called Molten Gold. This one is beautiful as well, but it's just a little dark on my skin tone, so I don't use it too often, only usually in the summer when I have more of a tan, but even then it can look a little too dark for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and let go of that. Last but not least, we've got some Wet n Wild here. I'm definitely keeping my Reserve Your Cabana. It's just a classic product. I've had it for so long. Again, this is one of those things that's gonna be trashed when I'm done with it, but not ready to do that at this point. I have this loose powder, which is called the Moon Tears. This was a limited edition powder. I don't wear this a lot, but it's my only product like this, and I do like to wear it from time to time. Look at that. It's just such a crazy, crazy, beautiful, loose, shimmery, glittery kind of product. Hopefully you can see that swatch. It is just gorgeous, and I do plan to keep that one. All right, next we have the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Gold Bar. This was limited edition, but I feel like they brought it back because I've seen it recently in store. This is really beautiful. I love the formula. I love the shade. It's just a stunning product, so that I'm keeping. And then I have two of the Mega Glow Highlighting Powders. This one is in Blossom Glow, and this is in Precious Petals. Both of these are really beautiful colors, and both of these colors work really nicely on my skin tone, so I will be keeping those as well. All right, you guys, so I am all done, and it looks like there are 11 products that are being decluttered today, so 11 products working their way out of my collection, and that takes me down to 34 products that I'm keeping. So obviously I did not get rid of a huge amount of product this time around, but I'm happy that I was able to let go of some things that I actually really do love, but I just don't use enough. So I think this was still a very successful declutter. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, also let me know what category you want to see me declutter next. I'm probably going to be doing my next declutter in about 2 weeks. I thought I would do about twice a month these declutters, just so that they're not overtaking my filming schedule altogether, but still frequent enough. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.